So there are a couple of people joining us at the last minute. So yeah, probably Satakshi should be a good time to start. So as and when people come in, I'll allow them in. So we should probably get started and not make the others wait.
Okay.
Okay.
So, hello everyone. I'm Shatakshi, a 2023 MBA graduate from ISWM, and I'm currently a part of Talent Synergy, a boutique talent solutions firm dedicated to enhancing talent development, talent acquisition, people analytics, and the integration of HR tech and AI in HR practices. So at Talent Synergy, we believe in giving back talent to the talent landscape. And one of our flagship initiatives, the Campus to Corporate program, is designed to guide and mentor freshers and early professionals, particularly those with experience of 0 to 3 years as they transition into the professional or the corporate world. We understand how crucial the early years of one's career are, and our program is tailored to prepare participants for success right from the starting. So, our upcoming workshop, the Design Think Your Career in Digital Times, is a part of this initiative and is organized in collaboration with NHRD and Kolkata chapter. Scheduled for the 31st of August, that is today, from 10 to 11, this session will focus on the application of design thinking principles to career development, especially in the digital age. Now, I would want to introduce our Skill Motion, our partner, and our firm Talent Synergy. Skill Motion, who's our partner in this endeavor, is the forefront of promoting employability. Employability is the concept that extends beyond mere job readiness. And employability is about equipping individuals with the skills and the confidence that they need to thrive in their chosen careers and not just land a job, but excel and continue growing throughout their professional journey. At Skill Motion, we emphasize that employability is a lifelong journey requiring continuous learning and application. Yeah. So this is our firm, Talent Synergy. Our approach of Talent Synergy aligns with our ethos of Skill Motion. Can you go to the next slide? We offer application-based oriented assessments to help individuals identify the skills that might hold them back or empower them to become confident and productive about their dream jobs. Together, Skill Motion and Talent Synergy are committed to preparing you for the challenges and opportunities of the modern workplace. We are excited to have you on board for this insightful workshop. And we also will explore how to design a fulfilling career in today's digital landscape. Here we have our other partners, our collaborators, which is Newest and Batch Free also, and HRNS. Can we go on to the next slide? So what is employability? This concept we've already just discussed, which states that these days just passing out with a degree, that is not enough. What we actually need are the skills and the various kinds of skills which help us not just get a job, but also sustain in that particular job. Because getting a job, as you all know, is still a rough process, but staying on or hanging on in that job as a fresher from campus, that is really very difficult. So, what are the skills which are required and what makes you stand out in today's corporate landscape is what we'll be covering in the session today. Um, can we go to the next slide? Our assessments are focused on these areas, that is the gig quotient, culture, employability, that the core skills, the employability skills of HR, employability skills in marketing, sales skills, business analytics, information systems, and skills in finance. So we will help you sharpen these skills of yours. And once these skills are sharpened by going through our various programs, which we will discuss right at the end, you can get on to our system and learn these skills and then perform much better in your interviews, or if you're an early professional, you can perform better at your job. So that is what we aim at. Can we go to the next slide, please? So for the flow of the session today, uh like I've initially introduced you guys and introduced the concept of employability and skill motion. We'll thereafter this we go on to the concept of personal branding, that is following this program through an employability journey in through professional networking on LinkedIn. Then I'll introduce the first speaker, and the first speaker will cover this topic, how to create a personal brand identity, that is Kanika, and relevance of the skills like storytelling, communication skills, visual, written, oral articulation. The second speaker will cover Hamza, who will cover why and how personal branding is significant in professional success and career advancement, creative thinking for the personal for building a personal brand. After that, we'll have a small, after both the speakers, you can ask us questions regarding anything that you have in mind, or if you have some, whatever, if you have some doubts in this particular journey, then you can ask us questions regarding that. And we'll also be, one of our interns will also tell you about the storytelling board, how she has created her own storytelling board, and that she'll display it. After that, we'll show you the scorecard, that is the artificial intelligence based skill analyzer map. And we'll conclude with whatever are the other offerings of talent synergy. Can you go to the next slide? Uh, Next slide. Okay, so our first topic is how to create a personal brand identity and professional networking via LinkedIn. So, for this, what is the concept of personal branding and storytelling? What is the importance of personal branding on LinkedIn? So, we're going to dive into a topic which has become increasingly important in our digital age, personal branding, especially on a platform like LinkedIn. Your personal brand is essentially your professional identity, and it is how you present yourself to the world and how others perceive you. In an era where first impressions are often made online, having a strong personal brand can be the key to unlocking new opportunities and expanding your network and establishing yourself as a thought leader in your field. Why personal branding matters? Personal branding is more than just a buzzword. It is a crucial element of career development. A well-crafted personal brand helps you stand out in a crowded marketplace, making it easier for potential employers, clients, or collaborators to recognize your unique value. LinkedIn, with its vast network of professionals, is the ideal platform to showcase your personal brand. And it is not just about listing your skills and experiences, it is about telling your story in a way which resonates with others. The power of storytelling is one of the most effective ways to build a personal brand. And stories are powerful because they evoke emotions, create connections, and make you memorable. When you share your personal journey, your challenges, your successes, and even your failures, you're not just listing some qualifications, you're creating a narrative which others can relate to. And this authenticity is what makes your personal brand unique and compelling. So, with this, I would want to bring our first speaker, that is Kanika. We are planning, so we're thrilled to have you, Kanika, with us. And Kanika Mehrotra is a seasoned communication and training management consultant who brings a wealth of experience and insights in our discussion today. So, Kanika is an experienced professional. She holds a master's degree in conflict management from Italy and is currently a visiting professor at the European School of Economics. She has worked with a diverse range of organizations, from top consulting firms to prestigious United Nations agencies like World Health Organization and the UNICRI. Her extensive experience spanning over a decade has solidified her reputation as a leading expert in the field of communication and personal development. In this session, Kanika will guide us through the crucial steps of creating a strong personal brand identity. She will emphasize the importance of the skills of storytelling and the mastery of communication skills, whether visual, written, oral, as these are indispensable tools for articulating your value in today's competitive landscape. Kanika's deep understanding of emotional intelligence, coupled with her success as an online instructor with over 26,000 participants on Udemy, uniquely positions her to help us explore the intersection of personal branding and career development. Prepare to engage in an enlightening discussion which will not only help you shape your personal brand but also equip you with the communication skills necessary to effectively convey your story to the world. Let's give a warm welcome to Kanika Malhotra. Over to you, Kanika.
Thank you, Satakshi, for that introduction. A very, very good morning to all of you. So, okay, so you can see your screen. So it's about storytelling and communication. Can we go to the next slide, please? So, for any kind of communication, the very core is clear act. It's an acronym which I've created. And if you can go to the next slide, please. Thank you, dear. So clear act. These are the points. So C stands for this, and we're going to discuss it at length now. Now, very important thing is, I assume most of you are very, very young graduates who are about to graduate or who have just graduated or have entered your workplace just a few months or a couple of years ago, right? And now you want to create your personal brand. What is a personal brand? See, remember, whenever you're applying for a job, be it on LinkedIn or anywhere, your and anyone else's resume which the company receives is more or less similar, right? Probably a different college, a different place, could be, but more or less the resume has same qualifications. What makes you different is, as Satakshi also previously mentioned, are the skills. And one of the skills, which is emotion intelligence, has been considered by by work forum that it will be the top one of the top 5 skills required for job. And when I talk about emotion intelligence, another part of it is communication. When you're communicating, first thing has to be the clarity. There has to be clarity in what you are saying. So, for example, if you're asked a simple question, which is a question that going to be asked all your life, like I have an experience of more than 15 years, and that's the first question I am asked. That's the first question you're always asked. Tell me something about yourself. So, taking that as an example, we will discuss all these points. Okay. So, clarity, you have to have clarity about what you want to say. How can you get that clarity? So for example, if you ask me, Kanika, tell me something about yourself. Okay, okay, I'm a consultant. I have an experience of 15 years. I'm a certified coach. Even though probably I have the skills, but if I am not clear in my mind, I'm not able to speak well. It's going to not impact people. So clarity about what you want to speak is very, very important. How can you get clarity? Just write down what are your skills that you want to showcase. Now, when I say clarity, I also mean that the skills you want to show for one job application would be different from what you show for another. So when I'm here today doing the workshop, my introduction, which Satakshi is given, if she asked me, it would have been more or less similar. But if I'm somewhere else, my introduction would be different. I'll be focusing more. If it's a conflict management workshop, I'll be focusing more on my conflict experience. So clarity on what is the job requirement and what you want to tell about yourself. If the team wants you, if the job is where you have to work with a big team, then you're probably, if you have been playing a sports, then that should come, a team sport, that should come in your introduction. Second skill, which is listening. Also, when you are giving your job interview or you are on LinkedIn, start listening to what is the communication, what is being discussed, what is a new topic in your area of work, people you want to follow. So, for example, if you want to, let's say, for example, you want to follow me on LinkedIn, see what I am doing. Is there something new I'm doing? Is there something that you want to work with? Listening on LinkedIn is what it is. Listening in general is that you listen to listen, but not to answer back. Sometimes when we are new in our career, we want to impress our bosses, and that's natural. You are not wrong if you want to impress your boss when you are new. We don't have time. I would have told you how many times I have done the mistake of trying to impress and making some mistakes. For example, I'll give you a quick example that would also show how communication could go wrong. When I was working with Unikree, I had a boss, and so they asked me to create this communication kind of a voucher for some small place in Africa. It was my first time to create something like that. So I used all the big words I knew, and I made it a really, complicated but very well written one page of design and everything. And luckily for me, I had sent it to my dad before sending it to my boss. And my dad was like, Kanika, who is your TG? Who is your target audience? Do you think they would understand all these words? I said, but yeah, yeah, Alberto would, my boss. And my dad was like, he's not your TG. I said, but I want to know, let him know I am good at communication. I can use all those big words and it's going to be impressive. And what happened? My dad replied, can you also make a simple one and send both to him if you are okay with it? Thanks to my dad's advice, I made the simple one and I sent it to Alberto. Next day we have a meeting. Alberto goes, hey Kanika, great job. I loved it. And I was like, okay, I know that. Which one you loved? You loved I was so happy in my mind and he loved the complex one and everything. And 2 minutes later he said, Kanika, the wording is so simple, so nice. I'm like, okay, did you like that one? He was like, yeah. The other one I thought was kind of something, kind of a joke, or you were trying to, have fun with the PowerPoint. And I was like, not really. Okay. But that's the point, the clarity, the listening. If I had listened to what he had said, listened to carefully to what he wanted me to do, then that would have been, very, very clear to me. I cannot see my screen. I think this screen share has stopped probably. I can see Satakshi. If I could get my screen back, that would be great.
Uh, yeah. Actually,
Not
there
a
are a couple
problem.
of students on hold. Just a minute. We're trying to.
Sure, sure. Not a problem. You can go ahead. So listening is very important. Okay. Third thing, when you are, see, my clear act also changes according to the people we are talking to. Thank you, Sakshi. And people who have joined now, a very, very warm welcome. So third point is energy. And like I said, my clear act changes if it is for a senior management. For them, E is empathetic, and for you, it's energy, and it's different for different people. But for young people like you, E is energy. If you're following somebody, let's say you're in your field, you're following your top leaders or whoever you're following, if they write something, instead of saying congratulations sir, no, go ahead, read what they have written on their post, see if there's something that you can ask him, something that you have done similar, and comment on that. And when you are doing your interview also, then have the energy, have that energy where you are excited about them, look to them excited rather than nervous. Okay, so it's like yeah, I'm very excited about this job. Hey, I'm really excited. And even before they tell you the answer to the question, tell me about yourself, they're going to ask you how are you, and prepare answer for that also with all the energy you have. So on LinkedIn, when you're writing it, energy is when you write not only congratulations or something like that, oh that's sad, that's good. Come on, read what he has written. Do some research. The more research you do, it's going to be there. Then being assertive. Be it any, it's a skill to start saying no at your workplace. Learn to say no. For example, let's say your boss comes and say, hey, can you just do this report right now? And you are working on something else. Be assertive and say, okay, sure, I can do this, but if I'm doing this, this would be on hold. So is it okay if I finish this one tomorrow? Because as humanly, you cannot. And that is what you need to be. So be assertive at your workplace. And being assertive at LinkedIn is, if you don't agree with what somebody might have given their opinion, try and put your opinion in the nicest of words, right? Not not going very haywire, but just in the right kind of words. So for example, let's say again somebody has posted anything, you can always say, I beg to differ and this is what I think. I hope we can have a further discussion on it. That's it. But go there. Don't be like, oh, okay, okay. If, for example, if you're like Kanika has written it, oh, she has experience of 15 years. She can't be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Most of the time, I'm wrong. So it's okay to be wrong. And if your boss tells you he has never been wrong or she has never been wrong, not true. Okay. Then respectful. Whenever you are communicating, remember you have to be very, very respectful. There might be issues that might be touchy at workplace also. People might sometime go overboard and use expressions which may not have to be used. So at that time your communication has to be respectful. So for example, let's say your your colleague says and says, "Hey, Kanika, you're always late." My reply to would be, "Okay, thank you for telling me that you felt that way. However, if I look at it, I have been late for last 2 days, and that's due to some personal issues. Otherwise, I have a quite a clear, track of being on time. But I'm sorry for the inconvenience it caused to you." That's respectful. Instead of saying, "Oh, you were also late the last week. I remember that. Oh, please, you are late all the time." Uh-uh. Don't do that. Even in your personal space, right? When you are having a discussion with your partner, with your friends, with your anyone, just make sure that you are that. Okay. Now coming to the next A, which is agreement, right? So in that case, also what you have to do is that, sorry, action, sorry. So you have to be very action oriented. What is action oriented? Like I said, for example, in your LinkedIn post also, right? Okay, sorry, it's it's action for the senior group. For you guys, it's ambitious, okay? Sorry about that. Ambitious. For you guys, you have to show that you're ambitious. But you can say, "But Kanika, I am ambitious. I'm very ambitious. Do you know I study this much? I am trying to clear my exam. I'm very ambitious." Good for you. But I don't see it. How can you show it in your communication? By telling me. See, somehow we have been, we have always been told to be humble. Okay, but it's good to be humble, but learn. So for example, if I tell Pratna, "You're looking very good," and she'll be like, yes, thank you, Kanika. Yeah, actually, I'm wearing a new kurta today." No, just be say just say thank you. For example, if I say Abhinandan, I tell him his shirt is looking good, the color is good. Abhinandan, yeah, actually, yeah, okay, my friend bought me. Hey, you don't have to do that. If you get a compliment, just say yes and move ahead, right? And that is shows your ambition. Whenever somebody praises you or you have achieved something, go and post about it on LinkedIn. But I could also tell, sometimes I find young people posting every day, "I've done this certificate course, this certificate course." It just loses some bit of a jing there, right? So don't do that. Don't post every day about your achievement, but make sure when you have an achievement to post it with the right kind of attitude. I've done that. It took me this much time. I'm eagerly looking forward to learn more about it. And please, guys, the most important thing is be kind to yourself. I can't stress it more. If you made a mistake, so for example, right now I said AF stands for action. After this workshop, I know for 10 minutes I would be after my own life saying, "How did I make that mistake? I'm such an idiot. This was young people's crowd." But fine, after 10 minutes, I'll tell myself this only: "It's okay, it happened. Next time, Kanika, be cautious," and that's it. Stop, killing yourself for small mistakes, because we don't do it to others, right? So be that cautious. Whenever you're posting on any platform or you're talking to people, be cautious of their personal, probably life. Be cautious about, there could be religious belief, there could be political views. So try and not comment on it, especially on platforms like LinkedIn. I always tell students that don't do that. And you might question me and say, "Kanika, but I have that opinion, ma'am. Why don't I remember I was doing it for one university recently, and there was this boy who said, 'But ma'am, I have very strong belief what I'm saying is absolutely right.'" And I told him, "Listen, sweetheart, the other person on the other side has an equally strong belief. And if you're going to fight with it, it doesn't happen. You know, there is this thing, right? There were two young boys who were having an argument, and one boy said, 'You know what? My IQ is 5% of your IQ.' And the other guy says, 0 into 5 is 0. So most of us, when we are having these discussions, we do that. When I say, let's say I and Satakshi are having this discussion, and Satakshi says, "Kanika, my IQ is 5 times more than you." And I say, "Okay, 0 into 5 is 0. I'm saying my IQ is 0 too. I'm accepting that. You know, and often we are like, this is also a very famous story where, ek aadmi tha, he was worshipping, and the god appeared and he said, "Okay, you can ask for anything you want, but remember your neighbor would get double the thing." And this guy says, "I want to be kana," which is like just one eyed. So that's the problem when we are having a communication, we are doing anything, we are fine with pulling people down, and you're pulling yourself down. So please do it. Be very cautious when you're on any platform, that you are not saying your IQ is zero just to pull down people. Even when you're going for placements, remember your colleagues are going to apply for the same job at the campus placement. How can you be cautious of not jumping on anyone else's place? I remember once, very initially in my career, I was asked, Kanika, the interviewer said to me, Kanika, I think the participant before you, a colleague of yours, is a better better choice for us. And I had the option. I just for first thought was like, oh, that idiot, seriously? But I didn't say that. I just said to him, of course, with your experience, you know who is a better person for your company. However, I would like to just tell you what skills I have, and then of course, your choice is the best. I know, and I will be equally happy if my friend gets the job. I will be a little sad for a couple of days, but then I'm sure I might get something good too. That's what I said, and that's what you have to do. And the last one is, I know we are running out of time. I have just 15 minutes, so timely. When I say timely, so for example, when your mom gets angry when you call her late, when your mom is like, hey, you haven't called me, you were supposed to call me at 7, and she gets all panicky at 9. That happens also on LinkedIn. If somebody has written a post about something very contemporary, try and reply at that time. Make sure your posts are timely, means if they're about particular anything fresh issue or fresh topic which is being discussed, do it now. Don't go to a post of somebody 10, let's say you're following Abhinandan for that matter, and you find Abhinandan has posted something a year ago. Even if it's a good post, don't post on that. Don't comment on that one. Comment on this one, the latest one, and saying, I remember reading that one also, Abhinandan, and that was also a very good post, and put a link of his own post there. So he knows that you have read that one also, and you have read this one also. And that is the communication that you need to have on LinkedIn. In personal life also, remember, this is LinkedIn, right? But if you talk about when you are having your interview, your body language, your non-visual is very important. I won't bore you with the whole data. 93% is your body language, 7% is words. You all have read it zillion times, so I'm not getting into that, but you know it. Your body language is important, right? So what, make sure have a pen in your hand so that you can hold it like this, because some of us, we get really nervous, and then we'll start playing with the hair or with the cheek. Don't do that. Keep a pen if you get really disturbed. And some people ask me, Kanika, what is the degree to which I can use my hand when I'm doing a workshop or a presentation? I tell them there's one thing. I can quickly try this, and then we can end the session. Keep your hands like this, all of you. Keep your hands like this and just say, I'm happy. I'm excited. Trust me, you won't be able to do that. So if you're happy, excited about something, it's okay to use your hands. You cannot cut them and leave it at home. So if you're excited about your job, if you're excited about something, just use your hands as you should be using it. Normal using your hands is absolutely fine. Another quick tip before we end it is, if you're asked a question by the panel, interview panel, and you don't know the answer here, please trust me, they are smarter than you. They might not look like smarter than you, some of them, but they are. So just tell them, sorry, I don't know the answer. I'm sorry. I'll come. I don't know. That's absolutely fine. Because if you give the wrong answer, you will make two mistakes. First, तो आपको वो भी नहीं आता जो आपसे पूछा गया है, आपको उसके बारे में भी नहीं पता जो आपने आंसर किया है. So there are two mistakes. And a very quick question to all of you. You can write it in the chat. Do you feel I was nervous when I was doing this workshop with this part, 15 minutes? I hope most of you would say no. Okay. I can't see the chat, but I hope you all had said no. But I want to say thank you, guys. Why I asked you this question?
Yes, people are saying no
Because,
in the chat. People are
okay, I
saying
can
no.
see. I don't think at all. Why did I ask you that question? But believe me, I have been doing workshop for 15 years. Yesterday I was at CDRI Lucknow. Next week I'll be at NPS with the senior management, with the young crowd, with Christ College. I'm still nervous when I have a workshop. उससे 2 minute पहले I'm still nervous when I have to switch on my camera. Before that I am nervous, and that's absolutely fine, guys. If you're nervous about a workshop or a presentation or a interview, it's okay to be nervous. Just find out what makes you feel better. I have my coffee here, makes me feel better. Or if it's a longer version, I speak to my niece. She is 9 and she tells me, and I speak to her and she just makes me feel better. Whatever works for you, it's okay. Take a deep breath, whatever works with you. But there's nobody again who is not a bit nervous before their presentation or their interview or anything like that. So it's okay to be nervous. Thank you, guys. If you have any, can we go to the last slide, dear? Thank you. I still can't see, but anyways, the last slide. It
Last
has my
slide.
email ID. Sorry, it's okay. It has my email ID. Guys, please, if you want to email me, have a question about your interview, please feel free to email me, connect with me on LinkedIn. And then the thought is, वो reply थोड़ी करेंगे यार interview. She has said it in the workshop, but she won't reply. Could be I'm a jerk and I won't reply. Then what? Try to karo. Could be I may reply, because that's the thing you have to remember. You would try to 20 people. Yesterday, as I said, I was at CDRI. There was this young postdoc student who said that he had written to 40 people, 40 principal scientists, and then this lady who I was doing the workshop for, Neeti, her team, she replied to him. So probably I won't reply, but try to karo, write to me. What would so keep writing, sending cold emails to people, and that's what I want to say. Thank you, Talent Energy Synergy, for having me, and looking forward to the rest of the speakers.
Thank you, Kanika. Thank you so much. We are very glad that we had an experienced person like you with more than 10 years of experience guiding the students and explaining to them the various, the importance of how you behave, what you talk, all the entire gamut of that. Thank you. And with that, I would like to call upon our next speaker, who has recently passed out from college. It's been around 2 years, Hamza Ahmed Khan. And it is my privilege to introduce Hamza, because Hamza was one of my batchmates. And Hamza has a strong foundation in marketing and management, and Hamza has built an impressive career with working in organizations like Skill Motion AI and Exide Life Insurance. His academic background includes an MBA in marketing from the Indian Institute of Social Welfare and Business Management, and he has held various key positions that showcase his leadership and creative thinking. Currently serving as a marketing and operations associate at Chase Lifestyles, Hamza is adept in branding, social media marketing, and customer service. He is also skilled in tools like Canva, MS Office, making him a versatile professional who's well versed in the art of communication and branding. Today, Hamza will be sharing his insights on a topic that is crucial for anyone looking to advance in their career: why and how personal branding is significant in professional success and career advancement. Creative thinking for building the personal brand. With his extensive experience in branding and marketing, Hamza will guide us through the importance of personal branding and how creative thinking can help us stand out in a competitive professional landscape. So, with that, I welcome you, Hamza. Uh, Hamza,
Thank you so much,
yeah, over to
Satakshi.
you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Talent Synergy, for inviting me, all of you, Abhi, Satakshi, Pratna, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting. Now, first, before starting a little bit of experience sharing from my end, I would request all of you to please don't judge me and compare me from the speech given by Kanika ma'am, because there's no comparison on it. So, yeah, so
Hamza,
individually
like
just
I
listen
guess,
to me.
like from in this perspective, from a student's viewpoint, that's why you wanted to have two speakers like you guys. One person who is recently graduated, so that the students get a viewpoint from our end, and then one speaker who is extremely experienced, like Kanika ma'am. So that is the reason why we chose you guys. And with that, I would request all the participants to please switch on your cameras so that we can take some photographs as well while our sessions are going on. Over to you, Hamza.
And a quick thing,
Yeah,
Hamza, you are a young crowd, okay? The kids can relate to you. They're like probably like, "कि कौन थी बुड्ढी auntie बोल के चली गई." But they're going to enjoy your session more. I'm very sure about it, and looking forward to your session. Please.
Thank you so much, Kanika ma'am. So yeah, hi everyone. Great to see you all. I have been there in your seats at a time 2 years back, and I could completely relate to the situation where all of you are going right now. So firstly, Satakshi, just clarify me on this. In which semester are these people? Are they first years or second years?
So they're a mixed bunch. I'm not exactly sure whether they're in second semester or first, but there's like a mix of MB. They're all MBA students.
Okay, okay, got it. Great, great. So, any one of you, the participants, can anyone from the first year just like open, like just unmute your mic and just let me know if you are from the first year? Anyone? Sanchita, Sam, anyone.
Debosmita, Srijita, Jonika, anyone. Just tell which year,
Great.
which this thing you are. You can unmute yourself and tell.
Hi, am I
Yeah.
audible?
We are in first sem right now.
Yes.
Okay, Jonica. Okay. Oh, all of you are from first time?
Yes. Most of them are.
Okay, great. Okay, so since you have all been enrolled into a MBA program, so you all have been having some good academic background. So, who just answered me? I think Sam, you answered me, right? Bas, phas
One
gaya.
of
Now
them.
I
Yes,
ask you
yes.
something. Yeah, great.
Okay. No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, so I would like to ask you, tell me two personality differentiation which you have noticed from coming from your graduation to your post graduation. Just
About
tell me two.
myself.
Yeah.
Okay. In my graduation years, I used to be very less social. And right now, because of our curriculum, I'm required to be much more social. And me being the CR, I have to put in the extra effort there. Also, there is another thing about patience. In graduation, certain tasks didn't require that much patience that I need right now. The various assignments and presentations that we need to keep on weekly, monthly, daily, most of the time. In graduation, that didn't happen this frequently.
Great. Okay. So since you are in your first year, if I would ask you, define yourself in 3 words, what would you try? What would you say at this stage?
Just 3 words, right?
Yeah, just 3 words.
Okay,
Right.
then I would say curious, inspired, passionate.
Great. So that's what personal branding basically is. Okay, so this is the core of what personal branding is. Now I would like to explain why personal branding is important in today's time. So after COVID, a culture has begun of taking online interviews. I'm not saying that before that there was no online interviews, but now the trend is much more in a larger scale. So when you are on an online interview or even an offline interview, the first thing you are being judged is based on the college you're coming from. Okay. If today I'll tell you that we have someone from some XYZ, like good colleges, you will make a perception of him or her depending upon the college. Another thing, if someone is from not so good college, according to a societal point or something, you will judge them as they might not be that talented or not that skillful. Okay, but everyone here knows that anyone coming from any back, just by knowing the college, you cannot judge on the skill of that person or the capability of that person. So there's where personal branding comes in, that you need to put yourself out of the pool and define what's your specialty. When we are in an interview, I'm specifically talking about the online interview. So the panelist doesn't have the patience or the time to go through your academic story, to go through your graduation story, etc., to understand you. So you need to be really quick in defining what differentiate you from the other in the pool. Correct? So that's where personal branding comes into play. Now, because we are in a course like MBA, I would request all of you to please utilize this course as much as you can in terms of practical knowledge and not just bookish knowledge. Because here, what you will learn, introspect yourself in terms of skills, develop your skills, and understand what is your strength and weaknesses, and then utilize them to create your personal branding. You all, like, by now, all, if I put up any one of you, you should be knowing your USP. Okay, so that's one thing. Now I would tell you the things which contribute for creating your personal brand. Firstly, whatever you post on social media, whatever, not only on LinkedIn but across social media. I have seen these things. If you go to any big company for an interview, they ask you for your LinkedIn profile and stuff, but they monitor you across. There are people, for example, if I go to Excite, so there are people who are already working on Excite from ISWB. So their manager is going to ask them that we have this person from your college. So what is he like? And being an alumni of your college, you might be following in, and he might be monitoring your personal activities over Instagram, over Facebook, over LinkedIn, and he might be judging you from a very long time, depending upon your post and everything. So if you're thinking LinkedIn is a different thing, Instagram is a different thing, you can post anything on Instagram, anything on LinkedIn, it's not the same. Please be very careful of what you are posting, what stories are you sharing, because it highly demonstrates your personality trait over there, and you are being judged over it. Okay, because see, if there are 10 people going an interview and all 10 of them having the same marks, same college, same degree, what would be the differentiating maker? Because see, when you go on LinkedIn, coming from an MBA college, you are being groomed in a certain way to maintain a basic standard of LinkedIn profile. All of you have your CVs uploaded on LinkedIn profile. Okay, all of you are just posting professional stuffs on LinkedIn profile. And everyone knows that the thought process which is going on in the LinkedIn profile is actually very polished, and the thought process with which you post on Instagram is actually your raw version. So trust me, you are being monitored by people on your Instagram, Facebook account. I'm talking so much about the about social apps apart from LinkedIn, because LinkedIn, all of you have an idea. That's why I'm telling you, please post, and whatever you are posting on your social medias, please be careful and post this thoughtfully, so that it adds a positive angle to your personality and doesn't create a misleading personality, like you have a misleading personality on LinkedIn, a misleading personality on Instagram. So first thing is that make a standardization in your social media handles. That's one thing. Second thing, if I open any of your LinkedIn profiles, what would be a common thing? What would be the common headline in your LinkedIn profile? Pursuing MBA from ISWB. I think that 80% of you might be having that, which is okay, which is very good. I'm just here to make you understand what are the small changes you can make. Please add a tagline which defines your personality again. That's where you're gonna make your brand, your personal branding works. Okay, adding a title like pursuing degree at ISWB. No, that doesn't define who you are. Okay, you need to add what are your intentions of going into a corporate, or what are your intentions if you're pursuing a business, whatever it is. For example, if you're planning to go on a corporate, so you keep your tagline as like my tagline is something, I don't remember it exactly on LinkedIn, but when I wrote it on LinkedIn, I was very thoughtful of it. So I wrote something like, I want to become the uh, most premium asset of any company. Okay, so that's something like that was my tagline. You can go onto my LinkedIn profile and check it. So being a recruiter, if you read that tagline, you know the person is motivated for your company. You get a positive impact. And if there are 10 profiles he's getting from your college, and in all of them you're reading marketing from ISWBM, MBA from ISWBM, how would you differentiate yourself from others? So please be very careful in creating a LinkedIn tagline. Please note this point. Creating a LinkedIn tagline, maintaining a standardization across all your social media handles. Okay. What's the third thing? Being in an MBA course, please utilize this opportunity to enter the uncomfortable zone you are in. Whenever a teacher says that tomorrow is a presentation, who can present it, just raise your hand. We'll think afterwards how to do it. Please do that. Because see, if you're not going to push yourself, no one is going to do it for you. And trust me, अगर आपका 4 लोगों का ग्रुप है, please don't be that person who's not replying on WhatsApp. इससे आप उनका काम, आप ऐसा नहीं कर रहे हो कि आप उनका काम नहीं कर रहे हो, आप बहुत cool हो कि I'm just entering in the last moment and getting the division from the group, like हर किसी को 5-5 मिल रहा है, so I'm just swaying away with the 5 marks. You're fooling yourself. I'm telling you this. Please don't do that. Because in this way, you're still in your cocoon. You're not utilizing your hard-earned money you're spending on your MBA. Please utilize it. Make the maximum mistakes you can. You are paying to get a trial ground to test yourself, polish yourself. Please come up, please, like, get over that mentality of hiding behind in a group, not answering in a group. If the leader of your group texts, like who can take responsibility, चलो चुप रहते हैं, एंड में जो मेरे ऊपर आएगा I'll take that, या फिर जो इजी वाला है let's take that. इजी वाला आपको पता ही है आप कर लोगे, so why are you taking that? You have done it 100 times. Why you want to do it in a, अगर आप उसमें एक्सेल भी कर लो, so there's nothing to be proud of. Just 100 times तो आपने एक्सेल कर लिया है. Take something, make like brilliant mistakes in that, and then get brilliant answers and brilliant learnings. Because अगर आप यहाँ मिस्टेक करोगे, आपको दूसरा तीसरा प्रेजेंटेशन मिल जाएगा to polish it. If you mistake in a corporate life, the kind of trash you will get over there and the amount of competition is there. You will be like flicked away like this. You'll not get a second chance. So please start participating in your presentation. And I'm saying these words like presentation because I've been there. I have dealt with people who don't want to participate in the presentation. अब like आप लोग का ग्रुप्स बनता है ना फॉर प्रेजेंटेशन, सो द सीआर वुड बी लाइक कि ये एक बंदा रह गया है, इसको कौन लेगा, नो वन इज रेडी टू टेक इट. कल को आपकी कंपनी आपको टीम में लाके किसी को दे देगी, आप क्या बोलोगे, नहीं लेना. Please prepare your mentality of accepting people who are not being accepted elsewhere. Because देखो किसी अच्छे आदमी को लेके if you work and you attain something, that's good. But if taking someone who is not at par but you are polishing them to develop, there is where you are building your leadership skill. फिर जब आप इंटरव्यू में सीवीज में लिखोगे ना leadership quality, conflict resolution, please justify them. You will be having stories to tell you to your recruiters. अभी आप लिख दो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशन, अभी आप लोग सबके सीवी पे लिखा होगा क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशन. अभी मैं पूछ लूंगा तो फिर आप बोलोगे कि नो आई डोंट नो. I'm saying you all these things because currently I'm interviewing people in my company who are going to join my team. Okay, so another thing, whatever you are writing in your CV, make sure you have a backup story to justify it to a recruiter. This is the third point I'm saying. Please note that down. That is where your personality branding will be justified with a story. कि हाँ भाई लिंक्डइन में जो डाल रहा है, सीवीज में जो लिख रहा है, इंस्टा पे जो पोस्ट कर रहा है, पर्सनालिटी है वैसे, ब्रांडिंग सही है क्योंकि देयर इज अ स्टोरी टू बैक इट. ओके, थर्ड पॉइंट where personality branding helps in an interview, please make a balance of professionalism and personalization. Don't just go on saying professional terms, giving professional examples, giving big professional jargons. Don't do that. Add the professional element to it. Because अगर आप mix नहीं करोगे तो उसकी authenticity नहीं पता चलेगी and it will not be relatable to your recruiter. And trust me, in order to crack the interview, Kanika ma'am would justify it more. You need to have a basic level of knowledge and an extraordinary skill of storytelling. अगर आपके पास बहुत knowledge है but you don't know how to like transfer that thing via storytelling, none of will that make a sense. Okay, so this is the fourth point. Build the quality of storytelling by participating in presentations so that your personal branding gets enhanced. Okay, so Sakshi, how much time do I have? Because I have so much experience and so much relatability to these people that I could keep go on speaking.
Actually, we are, I mean, the time is over, but then like you can.
Okay, just give me 2
close
minutes.
to
Yeah.
wrapping up.
I'll wrap it up. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, so we have 2 minutes. I think I've given you 4 bullet points. I hope you have written it. If anyone have any question about being in an interview, or if anyone of you have a failure of failing in an interview, or if you have any question regarding how to utilize brand personality in an interview, please go ahead and ask. We have 2 minutes, so we can take 4-5 questions. Anyone? Just unmute yourself and ask because I cannot have a view on the chat box.
Okay, so we do have this question answer time right now. So anybody has any question answers regarding the first session or this session can either tell it or post on the chat box. Yeah, this is the time that you get to, discuss your doubts. Anyone?
I have a question.
Yeah, please, Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, please. Go
So,
ahead.
So I highlighted this part about storytelling and how we should build upon our story building skills through presentation. But the thing, while making the presentation, how much time it goes. Like making the presentation and then detailing or anything about the content analysis, that takes a lot of time. So what should we do in that, little amount of time that we have left, that we can focus on storytelling rather, because we have
Okay.
just a small amount of
Okay,
time.
okay.
Okay, Karika, please
Let
go ahead. Yeah.
श्योर हमजा ओके सी संयम आप जो बोल रहे हो ना कंटेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट जो आप लिख रहे हो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है लेकिन स्टोरी टेलिंग इज द क्रिटिकल पार्ट ठीक है अगर उस पे आप फोकस नहीं करोगे ना फर्स्ट थिंग इज व्हेन यू से इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू मेक अ प्रेजेंटेशन आई ऑफन टेल फर्स्ट थिंक इवन डू यू नीड अ प्रेजेंटेशन मतलब पावर प्रेजेंटेशन का एक जो बन गया है ना कि सिनोनिम हो गया है पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन वो मत करो यार क्यों हर किसी को पावर पॉइंट पे करना है टेक सम पोस्टेड आते हैं ना उसको लेके लगा के शुरू कर दो ट्राई समथिंग डिफरेंट फर्स्ट थिंग सेकंड थिंग अगर पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना भी है तो फोकस ऑन द कंटेंट एंड हर देखो उसको वर्ड को कम करके वहां पे अगर स्टोरी सुना दोगे ना लोग ज्यादा सुनेंगे आज भी हमको वो कहानी याद है ना कौवे ने पानी पीने के लिए पत्थर को डाला था अंदर वो कहानी आज भी याद है लेकिन सर ने क्या पढ़ाया था मैथ्स में वो याद नहीं होगा अभी क्लास सेकंड में है ना तो आपको बच्चे स्टोरी हर चीज के एक हर स्लाइड के लिए कोई स्टोरी हो आई एम नॉट सेइंग स्टोरी लाइक पंचतंत्र की बट तुम्हारे करियर से रिलेटेड तुम्हारी चीजों से रिलेटेड इसीलिए जैसे हमजा ने बिल्कुल सही बोला आप लोग अपने जब सीवी में भी कुछ लिखते हैं ना कॉन्फ्लिक्ट मैनेजमेंट लिखते हैं फॉर एग्जाम्पल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट मैनेजमेंट है कोई पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है कई बार जोक मार दो आई हैव अ यंगर ब्रदर और यंग ओल्डर ब्रदर आई हैव सॉल्व्ड इनफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स अगर कोई एग्जाम्पल नहीं है अगर वो पूछ लेते हैं बट ऑलवेज जो स्किल्स लिख रहे हो उसके लिए कोई ना कोई बैक स्टोरी होनी चाहिए कोई स्पोर्ट्स खेलते हो तो उससे ले सकते हो क्लास में कोई टीम प्रोजेक्ट किया है क्लास में बहुत लोगों ने टीम प्रोजेक्ट किया होगा तो इसलिए प्रोजेक्ट से लेके कुछ बाहर कर सकते हो तो ज्यादा अच्छी बात है ठीक है एंड हमजा मेड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट दैट प्लीज क्लास में बोलना शुरू कर दो यार कोई टीचर मतलब कोई नहीं कुछ नहीं कुछ टीचर खड़ूस होते हैं ना आई अग्री विद यू गाइस ओके आई एम अ गेस्ट प्रोफेसर एज जैसे साक्षी ने बताया मुझे कभी डर लगता है बच्चे बोलते होंगे खड़ूस है बोलते होंगे यार बट पूछो आस्क क्वेश्चंस एंड दैट इज अ मेन थिंग प्रेजेंटेशन में उसको जरूर फोकस करो प्रेजेंटेशन इंपॉर्टेंट है और मैं तो हमेशा कहती हूँ जब अगर बोल रहे हो ना तो प्रेस कंट्रोल बी उससे क्या होता है कि आपका स्क्रीन ब्लैक हो जाती है तो लोग स्क्रीन पर नहीं देखते आपको सुनते हैं तो अगर आप प्रेजेंट कर रहे हो ना कहीं पर भी तो मेक प्रेस कंट्रोल बी ताकि लोग आपको सुने ना कि स्लाइड को पढ़ें और स्लाइड में सब लिख दोगे तो लोग भैया स्लाइड ही पढ़ लेंगे है ना तो keep the content on slide very less and that's sorry if it was a long answer.
No, no, Kanika, ma'am, the answer was really valuable, and I would just I would just add to it. Sam, I would tell this little trick to everyone here. The next presentation you make, and it's tried and tested. Huh? I know the teachers over there, so I'm telling this is tried and tested. Whatever presentation you are making, make 5 slides and put just one heading of what you want to tell in that slide in the presentation. That's it. People will look at your presentation. They will think, यार कुछ तो लिखा ही नहीं है, सुन ही लेते हैं इसको. They'll listen to you that way. Okay. See, the smartest people are those who know when to be the most foolish. So be a fool on the stage. Make your presentation like, मतलब कुछ मत लिखो. Just a heading you write. People will look up to you. They'll listen to you. This is a small trick. Try it. Another thing, when you're saying about the timing of making a presentation, have you used Canva?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, you
Right
have
now.
used Canva. So बस सारे templates तो उसी में कॉपी पेस्ट ही करना है आपको बस. कितना टाइम लग गया?
क्लास में भी सभी वही कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए
बस
छोटा
बस
छोटा.
उसमें भी बस वही मैं कह रहा हूँ. ठीक है. Yeah, okay, got it. Thank you, Sam. Anyone else, please?
So there are two
Yeah.
other
So
questions which people have asked. The first one is by Shomi Majumdar. Storytelling is essential for LinkedIn post. How do we or can we improve ourselves for our LinkedIn posts?
So like Hamza said ना Hamza ने बिल्कुल सही बोला उसको पर्सनल करना पड़ेगा whatever you are posting has to have a personal story has to have a personal angle to it. So for example you are posting about a course you have done today for example अगर आपको आज के कोर्स के बारे में पोस्ट करना है तो टुडे आई हैड एन इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन तो सभी ने इंटरेस्टिंग बोलेंगे यार लिंक्डइन पे हाउ कैन यू मेक इट फ्रॉम आई लर्न फ्रॉम कानिका ma'am XYZ bullet points from Hamza sir I learned XYZ उसको बुलेट पॉइंट में लिख के लगोगे ना तो समझ में आता है कि तुमने सच में सीखा है वरना व्हेन आई डू अ वर्कशॉप बहुत सारी मैम बड़ी अच्छी इंटरेस्टिंग थी, पूछ लो क्या सीखा, हाँ वो एक्चुअली वो तो था। तो मेक सम राइट 2 or 3 पॉइंट्स एंड पोस्ट इट कि हमने ये सीखा। उससे क्या होता है, बहुत सारे लोग पोस्ट करेंगे है ना, तो हमजा भी लाइक थैंक यू, बट इफ somebody has written the points, this is the most crucial thing I learned from her. Do that, add your personal achievements. So for example, कोई और कोर्स के लिए लिख रहे हो, I always wanted to do on creative writing, I have been interested in writing, and today, before I used to write for person, today I've done this course. उसको कुछ personal angle add करके ही आप लिखोगे तो मजा आएगा, because everybody is going to write about, हाँ I got a new job, I think I got a new job with XYZ company and they are working in with this, and my project at school was this, at college sorry was this. So this is great, you bring it together, कुछ personal angle add करोगे आप तो better है.
This is actually a meme came up today, and I mean, it was a post on your LinkedIn. Ki everyone is thrilled and excited on LinkedIn posts, and the people are finding it
Yes.
funny because all the posts they start like that. I was thrilled or I was excited, and all of them look the same. So it doesn't it's a very interesting point that you have said, Kanika ma'am, that you've added another angle that you have to put your own personal thing in your touch to it. Then only it will look different from thrilled and excited. That's a great point. Another person is asking Saswata Banerjee. I feel a lot nervous while delivering the presentation. I practiced it a couple of times before the presentation, but due to nervousness, I make a mess. So how do I develop this?
Okay, देखो मैंने जैसे सस्वता I told you before this presentation I was nervous. ठीक है, that's absolutely normal to be nervous. So there are 3 things you can do. First thing, make your own videos. Even for the presentations that you have already done before, make a video on what's on your mobile, watch it again. First time you watch your own videos, you would hate it. I have a course on Udemy, and every time I watch my course, I'm like, क्या बोल रही हूँ, कितनी अजीब लग रही हूँ, क्या हाथ है. Even if I request Takshi to send me a recording of this, and I will find 1,000 things जो मैंने इसमें गलत किया है. तो keep making same presentation का video many times. That is going to help you. First thing. Second thing, if you can reach the venue 10 minutes before or 15 minutes before the your presentation, if you can. So for example, I always open my Zoom 10 minutes ago, I've checked my camera, I'm comfortable, I'm sitting comfortably, I have my coffee. When I'm doing it in person, I often take coffee and I move on the stage before people have come, so that I'm comfortable, because you're most comfortable when you are at your home, है ना. तो at the speech where आपको देना है वहां पर भी आके present पहले जाके comfort level पे आ जाओ. Okay. Third thing is,
So
if you make a mistake, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. So for example, if I drop this pen, ठीक है, आप presentation दे रहे हो in person, your pen drop. If you need the pen right away, pick it up. If not, leave it there. Or, oh guys, I think I'm really nervous, and pick the pen. एंड सस्वत, मैंने अभी मिस्टेक करी ना इतनी बड़ी, मैंने एक्शन बोल दिया, कोई और वर्ड था, क्या हो गया, कौन इसको याद रखेगा कि आज से 2 साल बाद कनिका मैम ने एक प्रेजेंटेशन वहां पे किया था, गलत बोला था. किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. इफ यू मेक अ मिस्टेक, योर फ्रेंड्स माइट मेक फन ऑफ यू फॉर अ कपल ऑफ डेज, बट उसके बाद किसी को याद नहीं रहेगा. बट यू आर द वन हु कीप्स डूइंग इट अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन, एंड यू विल गेट बेटर. Make your videos, that's a, मतलब उससे अच्छा रामबाण नहीं है. It's there's nothing better that going to work for you. If you make your own videos, spend 2 to 5 days minutes every day, रोज अपना वीडियो बनाओ, उसको देखो क्या इंप्रूवमेंट कर सकता हूँ, ये गलत हो रहा है, ये वर्ड गलत हो रहा है. Speak, try and time yourself, because what happens is, for example, even when I do workshops, sometimes I speak fast. In general also I speak fast, also during the workshop. So starting का 30 seconds 40 seconds I know मैं तेज बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि मैं नर्वस हूँ. तो आपको टाइम का भी बफर रखना पड़ेगा. हर रोज मैं उतनी स्पीच को 3 मिनट्स में ही कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं कर रहा हूँ. स्टार्ट डूइंग दैट, एंड दैट वुड हेल्प यू. एंड इफ यू वांट, you can share your videos with the presentation, and I would be more than happy to help you. And next question is definitely for you, Hamza. I have no clue about and I'll learn from that one.
so next question is by Gargi Nath. What specific colors do you believe best represents your personal brand? Best represents personal brand.
Okay, hi Gargi. Firstly, when you talk about the colors thing, so tell me two things which you think is unique in you first. Gargi, are you there? Just unmute yourself and tell me two things which is unique about you.
So
I,
Shagi is saying yes. I think she has some network issue at her end.
Okay, no issues. So if you go by standardization, a navy blue or a black could be could define the environment which you are in. If you are in a professional environment, a navy blue or black will do. But if you really want to differentiate yourself from others in terms of personal branding, so it depends upon who you are. If you are a calm girl who are always calm, please ensure you wear some shade of white on yourself while being on the stage, because that radiates the essence of calmness. So that's one thing. If you, because I guess you are a calm girl, so do that. Because you prefer texting. If your network issue is there, that's a different thing. But I think you are someone who are more comfortable on a text.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
So
somehow we're running out of time. So
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
go on to the next part.
Sure.
So I would next want to so we have now I would want to call upon Rituparna to show her storyboard, which she has made for her personal brand. Rituparna, can you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Rituparna. So this is the activity which was given to all the students who have joined this workshop to make their own personal storyboard. So Rituparna, over to you now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So, a very good morning to one and all present here. So, first of all, I would like to say I'm very sorry for my inability to turn on the camera. But I hope majority of them already know me. So, I'm Rituparna Go, a complete fresher in a room full of seasoned professionals and a student of ISWBM. And currently, I'm in my third semester of MBA, and I'm specializing in human resource management. Now, I would also like to take a moment and thank everyone here for giving me this opportunity to speak on this prestigious platform. So I'll start off by reflecting my journey now. So can we move on to the next slide? Now, the slides are not as pleasing as you would want it to be, but anyway, I'll like to cover it up with my story. So as you can see that the first line says that I was an introverted kid till class 10. So it is true. I would be just around people with my teeny tiny circle of friends. Then during my plus two, I started opening up. Plus two was fun for me, actually. It was when I started stepping out of my comfort zone, started interacting a lot more than I used to do. Now, during my plus two, I took up commerce because business, sports, entrepreneurship, finance, stocks, these kind of words captivated me in some way. Now, can we move to the next slide, please? Now, during this time, since I stepped out of my comfort zone, I discovered a latent interest and affection for words and literature. So I participated in storytelling, essay writing contests, and even won them. Now, all of these sealed my tendency towards the literary arts during the plus two. Now, can we move on to the next slide? So, for this reason, I took up BA in English literature for my graduation. And all in all, it was a three very enjoyable years of my exploration of time that has gone by, which is the past, and how they shape the present. So, in general, people believe that literature is merely limited to Shakespeare and sci-fi. It talks about the history. But literature basically is talking about the past and how that past led to the present moment. Now, along with that, along with my academics, I also started doing some internships. And as you already, I was a 2022 graduate. So that makes it quite obvious that 1.5 years of my graduation was taken away by COVID. And so during this time, the world switched to work from home mode, and so did we. So I had a lot of time at my disposal, and hence I also pursued content writing internships along with my academics for exposure with a lot of eagerness. I started doing my internships from 2021 onwards, and it was early 2022 when I landed my first paid internship. And and getting paid for an internship was one of my biggest professional accomplishments back then. And the joy of getting paid for the hard work was something else. And I feel it also served as a motivating force for me And since then, I kept on doing internships for exposure. And all of these led me to understand financial prudence. Now, can we move on to the next slide? So after my graduation, just like the majority of the students, I was confused. And then I said to myself, what's next? So I took a year, reflected on my journey, and I introspected where I want to be, how I can reach there and with what I have. So I did my research, broadened my knowledge, and during this period, my curiosity to know the real world deepened. Next slide, please. Now, all of this encouraged me to pursue an MBA in human resource management. So earlier, I studied something that was based on past and how it shaped the present moment. Now, this area coincided with my interest in people, organizations, and dynamics and how that mold them. So I took up MBA in HRM, which is currently teaching me and has taught me to be a professional in my conduct no matter what, and to network, to step out of my comfortable bubble to get better. Now, this entire journey has been rich learning curve, and it has helped me understand the human resource management and practices. And I would say through my career and what I've achieved till now, I would say I have had a lot of transition, and I'm inching closer to growing into a complete person. And in this course of my journey, I would like to implement all the knowledge and skills that I have developed so far to contribute effectively to human resource management for a better cause. So that was my journey till now, and I hope to grow stronger, learn faster, and achieve higher. Thank you.
Thank you, Rituparna. That was for, telling us your story and making the storyboard and showing it for everyone to see how they can keep on adding on to this storyboard of yours as and when life continues. With the next thing which I would want to bring up here is I'd want Pratna Karmakar, our data analyst and program executive, to tell us how we um, we use a skill analyzer for our artificial based intelligence tool. So how do we interpret the scorecard and more about that? Over to you, Pratna.
Hey, hi everyone. I will be talking about the AI-based skill versus role mapping scorecard. So our scorecard topic is design think your dream job. This will help you discover which role aligns with your experience. It will also guide you in finding your ideal job or another role that suits your skill. So let's go to the scorecard. What you will be getting in the scorecard. Moving to the next slide. Yeah. So first you will get the skill compass. This is the first part of your scorecard. This will guide you by mapping your current skill proficiency against the required levels, and it will help you identify areas for improvement and plan your development journey. So the left side image you can see, you will be getting like this. Here you can see that two types of skills are here, core skills and technical skills. Core skills are fundamental abilities that are important for success in any kind of roles, and technical skills are job specific abilities which is essential for a particular role or industry. Some of you have received this compass area who has submitted their storyboard to us. If anyone is needed, they can connect with us. We will provide our email ID to you. Coming to the next part, next slide. The next slide is the skill sprints. This is basically designed to help you build on particular areas of development. In this section, you will be able to see the solidify fundamentals, expand horizons, and practice makes perfect. These are basically the three levels that will help you identify where you are strong, where you are moderate, and where you need most improvement. These all are written in very descriptive way. Yes, and we have the last or third part that is skill ascent. Coming to the next slide. Yes. Skill ascent is the process of enhancing your skills, typically in a professional context. It involves continuous learning, training and development to achieve higher levels of expertise and career growth. Here we will provide suggestion on how you can address any gaps and upgrade your skills to reach the next level. That's it about the role mapping scorecard. We will be giving you the email ID where you can contact if you need this kinds of scorecards. It's actually very helpful because someone is applying for a job and they actually don't know where are the skill gaps, why they are not selecting. Um, so they can see their gaps by these scorecards. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Deepika will share the contact with us. Over to the speakers. Yeah.
Now, with this, we almost coming to an end of our session. I would want to welcome Deepika, who is our program manager and client relations head. So, for our collaborators, that is our various partners. So, can you please tell us about the various offerings that we have from Talent Synergy?
Yeah, sure. Thank you
Over
so
to
much,
you.
Satakshi. And yeah, thank you all for joining. Hi, everybody. This is Deepika, and I've been associated with Talent Synergy for quite a number of months. Sorry for my voice. And yeah, it's been a lovely journey for me. So, at Talent Synergy, it's actually an aggregator of solutions. So, from here, you can enter the corporate readiness world. As you all know, and as our speakers told you, the world today is really competitive, and we will have to be on our wheels to stay updated on all the specific skills and stay updated on the competencies that we have, build up our capabilities. So, Talent Synergy plays a major part in helping you all. Uh, Grow towards what you need and what you see in as a future. So we have here a multiple programs and courses curated for all of you, and this comes with a lot of benefits as such. So the first thing is that we provide an activity based learning program for all the young graduates, the professionals, and who are about to step into the corporate world. So, of course, if you guys need any of this, you can always get in touch with us. The email ID and the contact numbers will be displayed at the end of the event. So, probably just reach out to us. And I'm telling you, this is really beneficial for all of you as you are all stepping into the corporate world. This would play a major part in shaping you all and molding you all. So, these are the learning programs that we offer to the students, and it goes without saying. So it just displayed it on the screen. Please have a look at it, and we will also send you the brochures to y'all, individually, so that y'all can go through them, have a look at it, and get back to us. So I'm moving on
Deepika,
to the
can we
next
like
one.
go on to the next slide?
Yeah, and yeah, this is the sales readiness program. Um, this also comes up with an offer price. So feel free to get in touch with us.
On the next one.
Yeah, and these are some of the learning employability programs that we offer in order to unlock your, interest for the HR transformation. So we have a number of data analytic program included with it, and yeah, so these are our brochures.
And the next one.
Next one. So we have been curating this in association with Skill Motion, as Satakshi mentioned in the beginning. So Talent Synergy, as you all know, it's a boutique of solutions. So we offer curated courses for you. So
Okay.
again, this will be sent to all of you, and please have a look, and you can always reach out to us. Thank you,
So
guys.
thank you,
Uh,
Deepika. So thank you everybody for being with us on this session. Before we end, I would want to call upon Abhinandan Mukherjee, our co-founder and managing director of Talent Synergy, to share a few words and enlighten us with his thoughts on this session. Over to you, Abhinandan.
Hey, thanks, thanks everyone. Am I audible? Quick check.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So Kanika and Hamza, I think really appreciate you taking time out this morning. And I think I saw Kanika, you mentioning about your email ID. So I took the opportunity to post your email ID and LinkedIn profile in the chat. So all the participants can reach out to the two speakers. Please feel free, use them. I think take the guidance. So I think great messages. I don't want to add anything. Really wanted to take this moment to thank all the participants, everyone who shared, and also the core team at our end, right? So you saw Satakshi, Prarthana, Deepika, myself, right? We'll continue doing these. I remember there were a lot of questions, and I think we also have few offline. We'll formulate the answers, we'll consolidate and share it across. This video will also is getting recorded. We'll load it on our YouTube channel also. Start following, and I think the intent is to do many more of these. So I think who was asking Saswata, right? So the message that we have is, and I think Kanika, Hamza, all of them touched upon this, right? That start doing, right? Don't wait for that blessed moment or somewhere when someone will have this, the awakening moment, right? Start doing it today. And Saswata, I talked about the book Outliers, right? Read the book, or at least the key message. You find audio versions also. The message says there's actually a message there saying that there's 10,000 hour theory, right? If you do the same thing for 10,000 hours, you become perfect in that. In fact, the last thing that I want to end with is in that book, you'll hear about Beatles. Beatles is a previous generation, but many of you may not have heard about Beatles. But I hope you hear about them or read about them after I sharing today. The most popular, music composition that Beatles had, they went and performed that particular composition or the performance even in churches in remote villages in UK, Ireland, in that belt. And many years later, that was the most popular composition of Beatles. So the story or the message there is that there's nothing like magic moment. There are no magic wands. At getting out of your comfort zone, starting to do things, and that's what all the learning programs that you heard about that Deepika was sharing. The only focus that we have is we get people like Kanika, we get people like Hamza to come and share their stories, ensure that you all get exposure to what they have already gone through, capsulize the learnings and experiences they have already had, and then make it available to all freshers, early professionals, so that you all can, you don't have to wait for 12 years, right, to learn what Kanika learned, right? And that's the intent. But you have to start doing. All our learning programs are only learning labs. You have to come and practice. So like Rituparna did today, we made her do the exercise offline, right? Come and present it. So you do these offline and be part of these learning labs. And that because we want to promote doing by, learning by doing. Thanks everyone once again. Really appreciate you taking time out this morning. Kanika, I saw you were unmuting, so any closing
No,
comment?
no, no, I was just saying that I'm still learning, and most important thing, guys, you will have to unlearn. Just be prepared to unlearn. मैं ऐसे ही करता आया हूँ, मैं ऐसे ही करती हूँ is not the right answer. Every day I unlearn something. Oh, I was doing it wrong, or not even wrong. It can be done differently. And thank you, Abhinandan and Team Talents Energy for having me. Thank you so much.
Really,
Thank you, Kanika ma'am, for coming over and,
yeah.
giving all our making this session much more lively, giving your insights and sharing your experiences. That is what has made, you know, everyone gain so much in this past 1 hour, 15 minutes session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
think we'll end now. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Thank you all. Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
Thank you. We can end the session now.